an accomplished actor, director, writer, musician. But did you know that, fun fact, as a kid, he actually wanted to grow up to be a bathtub? Please welcome human man David Duchovny.
Thank you. Hey, nice to see you. Thank you.
So excited to talk to you. I'm so thrilled that you would come here. Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you. And thank you for outing me as a bathtub wannabe.
I had no idea you aspired to be a bathtub. How, who, where, and why?
I think it's hard to get into the brain of a 6-year-old that I was, but I think probably bath time, you have kids, bath time was my favorite time, and I thought if I was a bathtub, then I'd be in my favorite time all the time.
Well, you heard it here first. I feel very lucky to be on this breaking story.
I'm making a change, Drew. I'm making a change. Yeah.
Okay, I know this is a departure because we have so many things to get into.
Yeah.
My daughter and I have been reading your book, which is so fascinating.
Oh, thanks.
And it's such an interesting story.
Right.
And it's visually incredibly compelling.
Right.
When did you decide to put this into the world? And then it's also about worlds plural.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's taken about like 4 or 5 years working with Philip Sevy, the illustrator. But it was really, there were two kind of vectors that came together for me.
Vectors. Hot. Go on.
I'll try to use that word again. But one was like, for me, a formative moment was like in Planet of the Apes when you realized that they were on Earth, right?
The most incredible ending.
As a kid. It was just, you know, Charlton Heston at Point Doom that I know now, but back then it was just like, it blew my mind. So always I was like, how can I ever come up with that kind of reverse? You know, that kind of pull the rug out from an audience. And I thought that I did here, you know, with the kind of the reverse of the planets.
You absolutely do.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, another pivot that I have to talk to you about because it's one of my favorite episodes of Sex and the City when you and Carrie, who are like younger boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, come on, boy interrupted.
Yeah.
I love that episode so much when you show up with the sign and there's all the romance of like, have we all wasted our time in life? Should we have just gone with the origin story of who we loved first?
You know, it's interesting because this movie that I just wrapped with Meg Ryan, it's a very similar kind of a setup, which is where we're two old, like college lovers that are stuck in an airport during a blizzard and have to kind of relitigate our whole relationship. So you're into that storyline. So there you go.
Doesn't Meg Ryan direct this film
Yes, she directs it
too?
as well. Yeah.
Okay. This is how do you think it came out, and will you come back and talk about it? And how exciting is this?
I will
like you and Meg Ryan.
I loved it. I loved Meg. I loved working with her. She was a great director and a fabulous actress to work with. So yeah, I'll come back anytime.
Please, I'm so excited for that film.
Yeah.
I mean, you've worked with all these great women, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker. Did you have fun doing Sex and the City?
I did.
Did you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed it?
I don't know. It's hard to answer. I feel like I'm walking into it there. But yeah, I mean, it was a while ago, and I do remember having a really nice time. And actually, our kids went to high school together, so I would see Matthew and Sarah quite a bit.
And then there's a fun fact about the end of the episode that I didn't know.
Bathtub fact.
There's a person at the end screaming, and I didn't know who the person was.
Right, Michael Patrick King. Right?
It's the guy who created the show.
Yeah. And I don't know if he's trying to say something or, you know, that was his. I don't know if he'd acted before or since, but. That's him.
That was just such a fun fact.
Yeah.
Okay, you and Gillian Anderson in the X-Files, is it true that, like, you were the internet's first sex symbol?
I don't know if I can say true or false, but at first I remember, why aren't they just interested in the show? Why aren't they just interested in the product? It's all of a sudden they're interested in a person. So
there were fan groups with specific names, weren't there?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of them?
It was the David Duchovny Estrogen Brigade.
Yes, that's one.
Right here?
That's one.
And I don't remember.
There was a Duchovny's.
Well, that's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, that's a lot tamer than the other one.
Yeah.
But that show was so personal for people. I mean, that show was very important to people.
Well, I think
it was about truth.
It was,
or
and
false.
it fulfilled something at the time that wasn't out there. It wasn't on TV. There wasn't like a scary, smart show.
And it was appointment television.
Yeah.
Like it was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And what do we believe and what's true? Did people talk to you about it, though, fanatically? Was there, like, that connection of, like, I heard you got fan letters and people would reach out with their real-life experiences?
Yeah, it was humbling in a way because when the show first started, you know, I'd get, like, 15 fan mail letters a week, and I thought it was my responsibility to take them home and answer them.
No!
And then as I started to read the letters, some of them were very sad, and you know, they were about, you know, loneliness and people reaching out and feeling that they'd been abducted and things like that. And I was like, I'm not quite, I don't have the answers. I'm not quite. Here's an autographed picture.
Is it true that you like Polaroids?
Well, I mean, I used to have a camera, yeah, and we used to screw with them in a way that's interesting, I think.
And we have to cut to a quick commercial break.
Yeah.
I was wondering, can we take each other's picture?
Yeah, but then we got some coins.
We've got some coins,
right.
so you
Let me go first.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Here we go.
It worked!
Okay, and now,
And then David's gonna take a coin and design the Polaroids, and so now this is what all the Gen Zers and Millennials could do.
It's been 30 years.
And yet you're rocking it.